Hi friends, this is Wani and welcome to Wani's house. Today we are making my shrimp and grits and you're gonna love this recipe. Now the ingredients that you're gonna need are Roma tomatoes, or you can use cherry tomatoes, whichever one you have on hand, some green onions or scallions, about a pound of fresh deveined shrimp, or you can use frozen, Worcestershire sauce, and turkey bacon. That's what I'm using, or you can use regular pork bacon, whatever you have on hand. Now here I have already began my grits. Follow your grits to the instructions, and then I'm going to add to my grits that are simmering. That's about 4 tablespoons of butter or margarine. This is margarine right here. So I'm gonna whisk that in until all of my margarine is melted. And then now I'm gonna add, I'm saying that's about 2 cups of milk. Any type of milk you would like to use. If you want to use half and half, you half and half. Or if you would like to use whipped cream, you can use whipping cream. So now I'm adding my black pepper. Use it however you would like to. I like to see the dark specks of pepper in my grits, or if you have white pepper then you won't see it at all. You will just get the flavor of the pepper. Now here I am beginning to fry up my turkey bacon, and it needs to be crispy. So while that is frying, right here is my shrimp, the shells that I have in some water and some salt and pepper and some Creole seasoning. I have that simmering. Now back to my grits here, I'm gonna add some sharp cheddar cheese. Whatever type of cheese you want, you can use that. Or this will also be great if you have some pepper jack cheese, or some Asiago cheese would be wonderful in this. And I have a recipe for some Asiago grits, which are to die for. But this one right here, I'm using just sharp cheddar cheese. Now back in my pan here, I have some olive oil that is simmering, and I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of butter. And once the butter has melted, I am going to add the tomatoes. Now depending on which tomato you use, you might have to cook them a little bit longer. Romas, you won't have to cook that long. Once you slice them, and then they'll kind of pop, but those will be perfect in this recipe also. Now when our tomatoes are simmering, I am adding the green onions, or the scallions, and just cook those until they're softened and the white parts are translucent. Now I'm going to add some more seasoning. I'm adding a little bit of salt, about, I'll say a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and some more Creole seasoning. And the Creole seasoning that I like to use is the Tony Chatery Creole seasoning, but you can use whatever you like. I just love the ingredients and the flavor of that Creole seasoning. And just go ahead and stir it all together. Guys, if you could smell this, I know I say that about all of my recipes, but this smells so good. Okay, so now you see all the ingredients, it has cooked down and it is like thickened. So that I'm adding now is the shrimp stock from the shells of the shrimp that I had over to the side simmering. And you can use water if you want to. You can use vegetable stock, but I decided to use the shrimp stock that I was creating. Now I'm adding here my Worcestershire sauce, and it's about 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce. Stir that in and stir it well. Now we're just gonna let all of the ingredients simmer and meld together for about 15 minutes. So this recipe is not a quick recipe, so you might want to get up early when you're making it, but just let it simmer. And the last ingredient that we're going to add here is our shrimp. That is the main ingredient that we're going to add here. And you're going to cook your shrimp. You see they're white, but when they turn pink and they go from like a straight line and they go like a C, then you know they're ready. The one thing you don't want is rubbery shrimp. And there I'm adding ketchup. Can you believe it? Ketchup. Now you'll be surprised what accents this ketchup brings. It brings a little bit of sweetness, but you don't taste the ketchup in it. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons ketchup. You will be so amazed at how much ketchup enhances this dish. And you know, you can have shrimp and grits for breakfast or for dinner, so it's great for either one. So I'm turning my stove down because I want all of these ingredients to simmer. I'm adding my last little bit of salt and pepper. I tasted it, it needed a little bit more, and I'm simmering, and when it comes up to a boil again, I turn it off. And the last ingredient that I'm going to add here is the bacon that we fried up earlier. Chopped it up roughly and sprinkle it in here, and we will stir it up. And now our breakfast is almost done. So when I put it all together, you're gonna see the final presentation, guys. The first time when I made this, my husband was like, wow babe, this is so good, you're gonna have to put this into the rotation. And so it's now in the rotation. So for breakfast this morning, we had cheesy shrimp and grits with the fried egg and my honey biscuits. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, or if you like this video, I would like for you to give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. I would like to hear your comments on what you thought about this video. And lastly, don't forget to like this video and share it. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, but before I do, you know what I always say: the next time you're in town, you can always stop by Winnie's house. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.